Good morning, students. Today we'll start the concept as rules and conventions for nomenclature of units. And in the last class till today we have studied about fundamental units, means the fundamental physical quantities and their units. And here in physics many physical quantities are there, and we have to study those physical quantities. Before that one we studied about the fundamental units and the physical quantities, and today there is an important concept. While writing a name of the physical quantities, means the name of unit of the physical quantities and the symbol of the unit, how to write, there are some rules are there. That is the name, rules and conventions for nomenclature of units. While writing the units or SI units, whatever it is the unit, SI or CGS, whatever it is the unit, while writing the units and their symbol, some rules are there. Which are those rules? One by one we can go. What is the first one? Rules. What is the first rule or the first condition? If that name of the unit is name after the person or the name after a scientist, in that case how to write the unit? If the unit is name after the person, named after the person or a scientist, after the person or a scientist, means person means he is a scientist or he is just a person. If that unit is named after the person or a scientist, then the unit can be written as, writing as that is a small letters, and symbol is in capital letter, capital letter. For example, let us take, what is the SI unit of force? The SI unit of force is Newton. While writing the name of the unit, you can use a small letters. SI unit of force is Newton, but its symbol can be writing as a capital. Symbol can be mentioned by using an capital letter. It is must. Don't write like this one. This is a Newton and this is a symbol of the unit. Not like this. This is wrong. You have to write like this. The name after the person can be writing it as with a small letter, but the unit can be indicate with a capital letter. And another one is ampere. This is a SI unit of current, but its symbol can be written it as a capital A. And you are understanding just by seeing these two examples, that is enough. Getting. And next I am moving towards second rule. What is the second rule? If the unit is not the scientist name, if the unit is not named after a person or a scientist, named after a person or a scientist, then how to write the name of the unit? the name of the unit, it means that the unit name is not a person name or a scientist name. Then how to write the name of the unit as well as its a unit symbol, that is scientist. Then both unit and its symbol, both unit and its symbol can be writing with both as a small letters. It's a symbol can be writing by small letters. For example, you can take, what is the example, that is what is the SI unit of mass? The SI unit of mass is kilogram, and the name of the unit you can write in small letters, and its symbol is, that is kg. This is also small. And next you can take one more example, that is, what is the SI unit of length? Length is meter. Its symbol is, that is small em. This is name of the unit I am writing in a small letters, and its symbol is also in small. For example, length SI unit is a meter, and its symbol is also in small letter. Like this, while writing that unit, when that unit is not the person name or the scientist name, in that case what we will follow while writing that one, both symbol as well as name of the unit, both by a small letters. If it is the name of the scientist, just I discussed the name of the unit, that one you should write with a small letters, but while going to writing the symbol you can use a capital letter. But if it is not the name after the scientist, you can write both unit as well as its symbol by small letters, and these two examples are enough. And go to next rule. What is the next rule? It is a very important one. And if the unit is a plural, the name of the unit cannot express in plural words. For example, what is the SI unit of mass? That is kg. You can write it as a kg, but not a kgs. For example, mass is equal to 10 kg. 10 kg. Yes, it is right. But mass is equal to 10 kgs. This is wrong. You should not mention the unit by a plural word. Or another example, that is velocity is equal to 2 meter per second, and velocity is equal to 2 meter per second square. Not like this. This is wrong. Length is equal to 10 meter, but length is equal to 10 meters. This is wrong. Don't use a plural as the word while writing the name of the unit. Always you cannot express the unit in plural language. Instead, just mass 10 kg, not a 10 kgs. Velocity is 2 meter per second, not meter per second squares. Length is equal to 10 meter, not a 10 meters. Like this you can follow, and these are one example is enough for you to understand this one. And what is the fourth important rule? After mentioning the unit should not use full stop, should not use full stop, full stop or any other punctuation, any other punctuation. After writing an unit, you should not use a full stop or any other punctuation at the end. For example, you can take, what is length? Length, its SI unit is equal to, for example, 10 meter. Yes, this is right. But L is equal to 10 meter full stop. This is wrong. Or you can write any other punctuation means L is equal to 10 meter. You can writing star. This is wrong. Or L is equal to 10 meter. This is hash. This is wrong. You don't use any other punctuation as well as a full stop after ending of that SI unit or a unit. This is right. These are all wrong. Another example you want to take, for example, that is mass is equal to 10 kg. Yes, this is right. But mass is equal to 10 kg full stop. This is wrong. Or 10 kg star. This is wrong. Directly you can remember, just you write 10 and mention the unit. After mentioning the unit, you should not use any full stop or a punctuation at the ending of that SI unit. You are understanding by seeing just 2 examples. And next rule I am going, that is, and one more confusion you are having while writing or while expressing the temperature. While writing a unit of temperature in Celsius, you can use a degree symbol. But if you are using Kelvin as a unit, then don't use degree symbol. This is also very important. Don't use a degree, Kelvin as a unit. Do not use a degree symbol. For example, let us see. For example, what is that one? Temperature T is equal to 100 degrees Celsius. Yes, it is right. Temperature is equal to 20 degrees Celsius. Yes, it is right. But temperature is equal to 100 Celsius. Temperature is equal to 20 degrees Celsius. This is wrong. Whenever you are expressing the temperature in terms of degree Celsius, you can use a degree as a symbol. This is a degree symbol. But while writing without a degree symbol in terms of Celsius, this method is wrong. Yes, this is right. But if you are writing in terms of Kelvin, temperature is equal to 273.16 Kelvin. This is capital K, Kelvin. This is capital K, Kelvin. Or T is equal to, for example, 200 Kelvin. Yes, this is right. But T is equal to 273.16 degree Kelvin. Yes, this is wrong. Or T is equal to 200 degree Kelvin. Yes, this is wrong. Just you remember where you have to use a degree symbol. Whenever you are going to express the temperature unit in terms of Celsius, you can use a degree symbol. But if the temperature is in Kelvin, don't use the degree symbol. If you use the degree symbol whenever you are expressing the temperature in terms of Kelvin, that is wrong. Whenever writing in terms of Celsius, this is right, this is wrong. But whenever you are writing the unit of the temperature in terms of Kelvin, this is right and that is wrong. And go to sixth one, that is also very important. You please note down all this. And I am going to a sixth rule, that is, can we use the space while writing the name of the unit and a symbol? This is the sixth one. This is the sixth one. While writing the unit, and its a symbol, unit and its a symbol, the space between, where we have to, or can we use space? Can we use space? Yes, this is a next doubt for us, that is, for example, length is equal to 10 meter. Length is equal to 10 meter, or length is equal to 10 meter. Which is wrong, which is right? Here there is no space, but here space is there. Here space is there. Yes, this is right and this is wrong. We can use the space in between that number, magnitude and unit. But here there is no space. We should write a space in between the number as well as a unit. And here there is a space in between number and unit. Yes, this is right. Yes, this is the way of writing a space in between the number, means magnitude as well as a unit. This is the right way and this is the wrong way. And another example, that is, velocity is equal to, for example, 100 meter per second. This is wrong. Velocity is equal to 100 meter per second. Yes, this is right. Here in between this number and unit there is no space, and here in between this unit and this unit there is also no space. But here in between number and this unit space is there, and this unit and this unit in between again space is there. It is a unit of length, and this is a unit of time. Here also space should be required, here also space should be required. This is right, this is wrong. And or else you can take one more example. Velocity is equal to 10 meter per second, or force is equal to 10 Newton. This is wrong. Force is equal to 10 Newton. Yes, this is right. And or else force is equal to, or velocity is equal to 100 meter per second. This is wrong. Velocity is equal to 100, again space require, meter, again space require, second. Here is the space and here also space. Yes, this is right. Number ಮತ್ತೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ನಡುಕು ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕಾ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ನಡುಕು ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕಾ? ಎಸ್, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ವೇ ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ದ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನಿ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ quantity. And the last one, that is very important. Let us see where we have to use slash, forward slash, and how many times we have to use. Seventh one, for example, while writing or mentioning more than 3 units, then you can use only one forward slash. Use only one forward slash. Forward slash. What is a forward slash? This is forward slash, and this is this is forward slash, and this is backward slash. Backward slash. We are not using this one. We are using only forward slash. For example, Newton per meter. Newton per meter. While dividing one unit by another unit, we can using a slash. It can be also expressed as Newton per meter. Yes, only one slash is there. Only one slash is there. Yes, this is right. But while dividing one unit by another two units, while writing the unit in the form of slash, you can use only one slash and not more than one slash. For example, and this can also be written as or Newton per meter. This is also right. But here another example is there. Joule per mole per Kelvin. You can write this one. Joule per Kelvin per mole. This is right. This is right. But sometimes you are writing Joule per Kelvin per mole. This is wrong. This is whenever you are expressing this one in this form, yes, this is right. But this is wrong. Or else we can write this one or Joule. If you take K on numerator, K become -1, mole become, that is also -1. Yes, this is also right. But don't use more than one forward slash, that is Joule per Kelvin per mole. How many slashes are there? First forward slash, second forward slash. You should not use. That is not the rule. That is not the convention in order to expressing the units. First quantity, first unit, second unit, third unit. First unit divided by second unit and third unit. You can express this one by using only one slash. Yes, Joule per Kelvin per mole. Yes, it is right. Or you can write Joule, K numerator, K -1, mole numerator, mole -1, Joule per Kelvin per unit. Yes, this is also right. But don't use a two forward slash while mentioning the units. Getting? This is wrong. Yes, these are seven important rules and conventions for the nomenclature of the units. While writing them, I have discussed. You please remember, this is very important in the field of science. Getting? If it is a name after the scientist, how to write. If it is not the name after the scientist, and how to write. And you should not express the unit in plural forms, and don't use the full stop or any other punctuation. And while writing the temperature in Celsius and Kelvin, fair to use a degree word, fair to use a degree symbol, fair not to use a degree symbol. And that is also very important. And in between units, two units are there in the physical quantity. Can we use a space in between the units and a number? That is also very important. And last one is, that is this one. How many forward slash we can use while writing like this formula? Yes, only use one forward slash and don't use getting more than one. For example, you can write this one by using one slash. Yes, it is right, or yes, it is right. But don't use two forward slashes. This is a wrong method of writing getting SI units. It's very important, please remember. And in the next class we have studied about, that is how to measure a length, how to measure a mass, and how to measure the time. In the next class we have studied. Thank you.